Hey guys, so today I'm going to be talking about how I've gotten some more animals. Now I've kind of thought about it, and I'm not really that. By the way, sorry for the hair. I just took a shower. I'm not really. Well, I kind of am, but I'm kind of not one of those YouTubers that just is kind of following the trend of getting a ton of animals. You know what I mean? Like trying to satisfy the fish people and the amphibian people and the reptile people. And I don't know, mammal people and bird people, I guess. I don't know if there's people that really watch YouTube for that, but I don't know. I watch YouTube for reptiles, so I'm sure it's possible. And I just kind of happen to have all of them, kind of. Obviously, I have a cat and dog, normal. Goats and chickens and ducks, kind of normal. I know a lot of people that have that kind of stuff. But that's probably only because I also have that kind of stuff. So that's not like totally out of the ordinary, not like having, I don't know, like a lion or something like that. But, well, technically everything I have is kind of normal because, I mean, it's being sold to everyday people just like me. I just happen to have, you know, like a bunch of stuff that kind of makes it weird. So, because I was watching a YouTube video, and she was explaining how she didn't want to show really like her chickens and turtles and stuff because she was just a fish YouTuber and she didn't want to kind of follow the trend. And I'm not really trying to do that, but yet I am because I have all the animals and I think they're all cool, so I want to show them to you. So yeah, I got a new frog. It's called a northern green frog, and it kind of looks like a bullfrog, but how I made the difference, I looked them up, and it has like kind of like a toad. It has like the part behind its ear. I'll try to point it out. And also I got 16 chicks for the fair this year. So let's get into this. Okay, so this is my new pet frog. I did catch it from the wild. It is right with everything else I caught from the wild. My bluegill, my minnows, and oh, by the way, I also put these plants. They're from the same creek that everything else is from, and I put these in there to try to take some nutrients so it didn't grow so much moss in this tank, and they've actually been growing really well. Like all three of these leaves were like that size, but now they're all the way up here, so that's pretty cool. Anyway, back to the frog. So, I found the frog in a similar stream. It wasn't the same one as the rest of this stuff. Oh, and also I added a pothos plant, as you can see, and the leaves are back there, and I need to fix them so they're up. Found it in a similar stream, kind of like a creek, and we were finding all different kinds of, like big frogs and small frogs. It is swallowing right now, and that's why its eyes is closed. But, yeah, it was the smallest we found, and I kind of wanted to keep it. Now, I didn't really know, well, I obviously didn't know what kind of frog it was, which is kind of an immature thing to do when you get a frog, but the worst comes to worst, I'd just let it go, because it was, you know, just right from the wild. So, I'm not going to let it go, because I realized that I could feed it and stuff, because it eats worms. Okay, so, here's the worm. And we'll just be putting it through these holes up here. Make sure it's right above there, or it's looking right at it. Let's watch. Oh shoot, the worm's going back up. Oh, I hope that you got that. I mean, I hope I got that. That was the frog eating. It's never jumped like that. That's awesome. Anyway, I feed it a worm every day. I go outside, I look under a piece of wood, and I find a worm, wash it off, and I feed it to it. And to me, it looks decent size. Like, I don't know if it's too fat or too skinny. I can't really tell. I should probably look on husbandry on them, like do some research. But I assume I've been doing pretty well. I mean, I feed it every day. It doesn't need UVB because it's a frog. Well, that's not true with all frogs, but very few frogs you need UVB, and there's pretty much no chance this one does. It has a light on it has a light on during the day and turns off during the night, and it has fish to look at and sometimes tries to eat them, but hasn't yet. So this is my frog. I think it's really cool. It doesn't really do much until of course, just then it moves. Anyway, it really doesn't move very much except when I feed it the worms, which are really cool to watch it do that. So now I'm going to move on to the chicks. So we didn't just, my voice is scaring them, by the way. We didn't just buy 16 chickens and 2 goats for no reason. We will not have them in 2 months. They're for market. So what I will do is I go to 4-H. I went there today and I had to pick up trash because every 4-H group has to do a certain amount of like community service and stuff, something like that. Anyway, so what you have to do is you take an animal, you have to fill out a bunch of paperwork that's really confusing and has to go on different days, and a lot of people miss it and it's terrible. And yeah, anyway, so we do that, and then we can take our animals to the fair. Now, with market animals, we've been working all the way up to fair to fatten them up. So these guys are eating those pellets, and as you can see, they've kind of spread their pellets all over, and they will get very, very large, and they won't ever be able to fly. Some chickens can kind of get off the ground, but more glide, but these will be very fat and won't be able to fly, just like our ducks outside, which aren't for meat, but were bred like genetically for meat. So yeah, anyway, after the fair, well, we'll show them at the fair, and then we'll be judged, and then that'll kind of affect how much they're sold for. And then after that, they will be, well, the chickens we'll take back home. The goats will be loaded up onto a trailer like the night after fair, and then they'll be taken away to be slaughtered, sadly. And then the chickens we will take back, and then we have to take care of butchering them, which we go to the Amish and pay them to do that. So I know that's kind of dampening, but these things are adorable right now for like 5 seconds. And yeah, they look pretty adorable to me. That I'd show them to you and kind of explain what I'm doing. So the ducks are a different story, and they will just stay with us, and I'm not taking them to the fair. So they're kind of pets. And we had ducks before, but they ended up, I don't know what this chicken's doing, but it's falling asleep. Why it's standing up. Oh, the other one woke it up. Anyway, we've had ducks before, but a dog kind of attacked them, and it was really cold, so they couldn't really heal, and they ended up dying. But these are the chickens, and they're super cool, and I'll be taking care of them for the next long while. And I hope you enjoyed. Hey guys, so I hope seeing those was interesting, and I know that it wasn't the most delightful thing to be hearing about what will happen to them later. But if you've ever eaten chicken, then you have no room to talk. By the way, homegrown chicken is so much better. Anyway, especially shredded chicken. Sorry, that was my dog. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed seeing those baby chicks. They're like adorable for like 5 seconds, and then they grow up and become very sloppy and stuff. And also, I hope you enjoyed my frog. I think it's awesome, and I'm very glad I guess I collected it. Very glad I found it and stuff like that. So, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, like it down below. If you have any comments or concerns, put it in the comments below. And if you want more content, like in 2 weeks, okay, school will be out, and I will be the happiest person. Anyway, I will be getting the iguana back into the big missing area over there. It's terrible. I will be moving the iguana back there, and it's gonna be like, if I'd guess, it'd be at least 1,000 times better than it was. I mean, at least 1,000 times better. I'm gonna end it on that. You guys have a good day. Thank you for watching.